Welcome back to the show, 𝗪𝗿𝗶𝗀. I am your host, and I'm glad you decided to join me for this little episode of What is Truly a Man? There's a lot of people that have tried to define what a man is. Some people know, some don't. And we know those people who can't define what a man is, definitely can't define what a woman is, and they try to in their own way. This is the reason why we have so many different ideologies going around in this world right now. This is the reason why we have a disconnect between men and women right now. The current state of dating is in the trash. It's garbage. Marriage, done, over with. The fat lady's been singing. She's out of breath. So I bring you this 𝗪𝗶𝗶 panel that decided to discuss what manhood truly is. When one of the panelists, called 𝗧𝗵𝗶 decides to say that fathers don't matter and true freedom is being able to do whatever it is you want to. The panel, they decide to fight back. They give some pushback and they tell him that's not true freedom. That's just chaos. True freedom is in having responsibility and structure. Fatherhood. That's what leads to being a man. And I would have to definitely agree, because being a man is all part of adapting, learning, and taking on the responsibilities that you are given, even if you don't want them.
I had a lot of mic time thus far, 𝗧𝗵𝗶. You sound like a very, very scared man. Like, you sound very disheveled in a lot of ways. Unfortunately, for you to even say fathers don't matter is wild, because you're operating in the father capacity now. But it makes sense, because you just said you was raised around women, and you're not even facilitating your role as a man, because you're offsetting your responsibilities for other women. That makes sense. It makes perfect sense. Everything you said over the years, I get it. You've never really arrived at manhood thus far. It makes perfect sense. So I see why
with True Table, when you break down the psychology from me, when we break down manhood from my perspective, your perspective, I think I'm more manly than you. One, I'm on welfare and I get to do what I want to do.
Oh, I know this man did not just say he is on welfare. He gets to do whatever he wants to do, and he is more of a man than True Table. He obviously does not know what being a man is. I have never accepted handouts. Welfare is a handout. It's a handout, and I'll explain. Welfare is meant to help those in need at the time of need so that they can better themselves and then get off of it. Some people choose to live off of welfare. They become dependent on welfare. The government becomes their daddy. That's exactly what my man 𝗧𝗵𝗶 is actually saying. The government is my daddy. And they feed me, they clothe me. I'm on welfare, probably Section 8. And whatever little bit of money, I get to do whatever I want with it. I'm free to do whatever I want with it. So that makes me a man. He does not know what the definition of being a man actually is. And for him to say he's more of a man than this man, True Table over here, whom I really don't even know, but I can tell just by his logic and the way he thinks from other conversations, trust and believe, 𝗧𝗵𝗶 is no match.
Most part, I can leave the job and get right back on, get my benefits, right? I get to come on this internet. I don't got to worry about what my boss gonna say to me and control me, even if I'm off the clock. When it comes down to the real world, you got to worry about committing a felony, because that's gonna mess up your criminal record for you to get to maintain this opportunity. Me, I don't give a fuck. I've been arrested 37 times.
Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. I have to stop. I had to stop it again. This man, if you didn't hear him, he said he's been arrested 37 times. 37 times. And he said it proudly. He was proud to say, I've been arrested 37 times. And what are you going to do about it? I don't even have to worry about myself getting a job. For what? I'm on welfare. I have the freedom to not go in, to lay in bed all day. That makes me a man, because I'm free to do whatever I please. Do you see how some people don't think is what I should have said. Because what do I continue to tell y'all? Mental illness is a real thing. And he's mentally ill. This man here, to think that because someone gets up and has to clock into a job at 7 a.m., 8 a.m., 9 a.m. in the morning means that they don't have any type of freedom, but you do when you depend on daddy government. Sir, do you know that you depend on daddy government? If you don't do what they want you to do, they will cut those food stamps. They will cut those benefits. They will cut your Section 8 off. They will cut everything off. Then what do you have? Not a damn thing.
Right. And so out of my whole fucking life, I do the fuck I want to when I want to.
Y'all hear this?
And I don't give a damn about no woo out the band, right? On certain stuff, because I do want to have an early release date. But so I'm not just over woo out the band, but you.
Wait, did he say an early release date? Are you in prison right now, my guy? Wait a minute. Is he in prison right now? Is he in? I've heard that prisoners, inmates get tablets, they get phones. Some of them, they sneak the phones, but they get tablets, they get computer time, they get internet, all of that good stuff. So is my man in prison right now? What is really going on? I need to find out.
You, from your perspective, you cannot do what you want to do. You, even if you off the clock, you got to worry about how your image going to look, from how people like you. I'm not saying talking directly to you. I'm saying people that's in your situation. You have to worry about what everybody, your boss, going to think of you. You have to worry about tiptoeing in life because you don't want to get in a situation where you can't even stand up for yourself as an alpha, because that alphaness and stand up for yourself, most alphas ends up with a criminal record or in jail, because you're going to end up standing up for either yourself or somebody that can't defend themselves. And so in real life, you cannot do that. What you're going to do is call the police like a bitch. You cannot really, if you go hungry and go broke, you can't go sell no dope. Why? Because you's afraid that you're going to go to jail. You afraid that you're going to get a criminal record and woo out the bell. Me, I'm going to go get some weed. My hustle was some weed. I used to sell a little crack. I went to jail. My first case was 6 months old.
Y'all see how they're laughing at him, right? True Table is not the only one that's laughing at him. Trev Smooth was laughing at him too. The panel is probably thinking right now, what in the world? Matter of fact, Scam Likely is, he's got his eyes closed. He's praying for this man because this man is totally lost. And I need y'all to listen to everything he says, because ladies, this is the type of man that you never want to deal with. Even though some of y'all deal with men like this and you consider him a bad boy and all this other dumb shit until he's not, and you're crying over his picture and his Timbs in your closet, stay away from men like this. And gentlemen, don't try to be like him. Talking about he can sell a little weed, a little crack here and there. I got the freedom to do this. I'll go out there and I'm going to go get it. I'll hustle. I'm not afraid to go to jail. I'm not afraid to this. I'm not afraid to that. He should be afraid of how stupid he sounds, because he sounds ridiculously stupid. He sounds so dumb right now. I don't even know if we should continue this video. Matter of fact, I'm about to cut everything off and I'm leaving. No. I need to do a deeper dive into the mentality of a man like this.
All right, bro. All right, we kind of getting a little bit off.
No, it's fine.
You ain't gonna go rob nothing. You ain't gonna go take nothing.
What the? Yo, I'm going to let it play. Hold on, I'm going to let it play. This man is really tripping. He really thinks that's manhood. That's what being a man is, going out there and robbing people. When I tell y'all that I have done everything that he's talking about, yes, I have done everything that he is talking about when I was younger, when I was dumber, when I was stupid, when I wasn't thinking, and I was getting in trouble. I did all this stuff he's talking about. And that doesn't make you a man. It makes you stupid. It actually makes you more feminine than anything, because you're not actually thinking. You're not using this right here. You're going off of your heart and your emotions. And that's what lands a lot of men in prison.
Is you right? If your kids go hungry, do you got kids?
Hold on, Jay. True as talk. Yeah, let him finish, bro.
I don't waste my time doing that, but it's cool. Like, your subscription to how you view manhood, your breakdown is perfect for how you see it, and that's great. As far as the video is concerned, like, I heard y'all's perspective. I think that there's always a balance. I think, having a strict father, I grew up with a strict father, but he wasn't overbearing. He just instituted structure, which is why I haven't been in a lot of situations. And I was very much well aware of what a man was very early. No, I have not been arrested. Thank God for that, because it's not going to serve anybody, me being locked up.
That's a fact.
But the video could have created more balance. That probably would have been, fruitful. I just think that having, structure from a man is beneficial to either child, male or female. And I land.
All right, go ahead, Jamie.
If you don't got no criminal, you talking to me, Jr.?
I was just going to say,
No, that's fine, Jamie.
one of the things in the video, it was to the extreme. I experienced that myself. From being raised by my dad, everything was do. We had to tiptoe around because we didn't want to wake him up, and so I saw that you didn't really get a chance to be a kid. You would look at your other friends, and you didn't really get to. It's like you wish you had that. But one of the things that it's like if you know better, you do better, right? And so regardless of what trauma you've been through, I know the different unfortunate circumstances that you experience, they do shape obviously the way you navigate life. But a lot of it boils down to self-love. And if you're not shown that when you're younger, it's really hard for you to navigate in life, and you're not able to be your most desired self, right? And so I think, so for Jay, like, there's you in life, you have goals.
Get it out.
Aspirations.
Land
People
your
don't
plane.
usually just say, my goal is to be on welfare, or my goal is to, I don't know, go to prison. People don't usually say that, right? They want something better for themselves, but they get in a certain positions where they might not, right? So you're not voluntarily wanting to go back to prison, because then what's going to happen? It's a repercussion, right? Now your daughters are not going to have their father, and I don't know how much time you spend with them, but there's reasons why we do things for a reason, and you want a better life. If somebody gave you an endless amount of money, you're not going to say, nah, I don't want that. I want to be on welfare. You're going to probably get out the hood, right? You're going to change your dynamic. You're going to give your kids all the things that you want, right? All the things that you want them to have, so they can have a better life, so they can feel good.
But I think I would bring the hood with me. That's one. Secondly,
I think that's amazing.
But we just
That's amazing. What do you mean that's amazing? See, that's why sometimes a woman will validate some bullshit. That's not amazing. Bringing the hood with you is not amazing. Imagine going into a mansion, and instead of bringing your family, just your family, you bring the hood with you. What do you think is going to happen to that neighborhood within a month or two? Exactly. So how are you going to even do that? That mansion won't even look the same anymore, and that's just what it is. My man right here, he's a criminal. He's a criminal. He's the lowest of men. That's exactly what he is. So he's telling you right now, it doesn't matter how much money he has, where he's at in life, he's always going to be hood. It's just like the saying goes, you could take out the hood, but you can't take exactly. That's exactly who he is. He is that.
in a different area. That's just what it is. You can take the nigga out the hood, you can't take the hood out the nigga.
Oh, what did I Hey, I haven't even watched this yet. What did I tell y'all before? I don't miss. I'm sorry. I haven't missed yet. I'm 10 for 10, 30 for 30. I'm on it. Every shot goes in. I don't miss.
That's fine. Everybody likes a little hood in the nigga,
So what? Right. So I would want to be I wouldn't want to live my life like that.
You see the validation again, the bullshit validation? Everybody like a little hood in the nigga, a little nigga in the hood. What is she talking about right now? What are you actually saying right now? There goes that bullshit validation a woman will definitely do. She'll validate some bullshit that a man or another woman says, and proudly too. Instead of giving him some pushback, like what you're saying sounds like a crock of shit. It's bullshit what you're saying right now. Fuck the hood, fuck all that degeneracy. If you want or have the ability to improve yourself. That's what it's all about in life. Why would I want to stay on welfare? Why would I want to remain in the hood? That makes no sense to me at all. And if you're one of those people that loves the hood, hey, more power to you. More power to you. Stay there. Just stay as far away from me as possible.
I think that's the corniest thing of a man. And being on welfare, I love being on welfare.
Oh my gosh.
Period. I don't live my life based on what other people tell me. Oh, I don't live my life based on what other people think I should live. I do what I want to do. What I want. I don't care about what nobody else is. Who is I'm qualifying myself to? Who is the standard? Who's setting these standards of being a man or being who out the bam? I do what I want to do. I set my own standard. I walk on my own beat. This is y'all problem because y'all be too busy trying to add up to somebody, add up to a ghost that people don't that don't give a fuck about you. You trying to live, trying to meet qualifiers to some people who don't give a damn about you.
My man, you're supposed to qualify for yourself. You are supposed to do the work to improve yourself. You're supposed to want to improve yourself. You're supposed to work to improve yourself. What is he talking about right now? I understand that people really don't care about you, so you shouldn't honestly care about what they think of you, but we do. It's life. It's human. That's what human beings do. We care about the opinions of others, but at the same time, you have to do the work for yourself. You have to live the type of life that you want for yourself. So if you want to live on welfare, that's fine and all. But at the same time, don't try to say that it's the pinnacle of life for everyone. Everyone should strive to be on welfare, and I love being on welfare. You're a loser, bro. You're a loser. Do I have to repeat it one more time? He is a loser. That's exactly what he is. He loves being on welfare. He looks like he's in prison right now. His mentality is flawed, and his eyes are bloodshot like he just took a hit of something. Come on. Do I have to call him out? Y'all know exactly what type of man this is.
Instead of having those kind of qualifiers for yourself. So you ever get in a position where you need a little help, food stamps, instead of y'all going down there to the welfare office, you're going to say, well, this ain't the ghost. The ghost ain't gonna do this.
No, how about go get another job? How about work a job even if it's paying $10 an hour, $15 an hour? How about work that type of job and feed yourself until you can better yourself and get a better job and then improve? How about that? Instead of saying, let me go get a handout. This man is telling people to go get handouts. That is wild to me. But then again, that's what you get listening to someone who has this mentality.
So you're going to stress yourself out
yes.
For what?
Yeah.
Some of us make too much for welfare. I would love some food stamps.
Man, at one time
there she goes again. Holy shit. There she goes again, validating the bullshit. And he's laughing. True Table is laughing because he's like, she's really validating the bullshit. I would love to be on welfare. Some of us just make too much money. Oh, yeah, I would love to be on welfare, too. I just make way too much money. Yeah, what man is going to say that? What man really says that except for this man right here or other men who have his mentality? What man? She's going to validate the bullshit and say, yeah, I would love some food stamps. I would love Section 8. No, you actually don't. Again, it's a handout. And in life, nothing is free. So whatever they give you, trust and believe there's something that comes along with it.
I made like $400 more than what I quit my job and quit my job that got them benefits.
So JP, this is the thing. I don't think you know that you're contradicting yourself, but I think you are. So when you talk about freedom, but then you at the same time you say that you've been in jail 37 times, right?
That's not freedom, bro. That's not freedom.
That is coherent. I don't think that makes sense.
That's not freedom.
That do make sense.
So explain it to me how you've been how long in total time, how much time have you in your life have you spent behind bars?
So I never been in prison, so it was always jail. So when you had to add up, I would give it about 3 to 5 years.
And see, that's the system's fault for continuously letting this man out 37 times to be exact. 37 times. 37. They just kept letting him out. Until what? Until he commits a more heinous crime than whatever it is. He probably got locked up for drugs. He's probably a drug addict. And he kept getting locked up for drugs, and they kept letting him out. But 37 times? That's a lot of times. See, this is what the system does. It will reward people like this and continue to let them out until they commit a harsher crime on society. Then who's to blame? When he hurts someone's family, he decides to rob someone and he takes their life. Who's to blame then? It's the system. And I swear we should hold them, those judges, lawyers, whoever it is that let these people out over time and time again, we should hold them accountable.
Okay, so
out of all them times been arrested.
Lock his ass up.
So you never been sentenced to you never been sentenced to like prison. You just been.
No, I never went up north. I always served my stuff, and I always served like 6 months here, 3 months there.
Drugs. Yeah.
Got you.
He's a drug addict.
Has much.
But being free will land you in jail.
But this is a thing too, right? Can you own a firearm?
No.
Yeah, I don't got no felony.
Oh yeah, it's drugs.
So
then
you don't got no felony. I don't know you.
It's drugs.
All that work, then.
Yeah, so
he's a drug addict.
Gun case last year got dismissed. They caught me with a Glock with a 50-round drum on it.
Yeah.
Now, what I was.
You notice how proud he was to say that? Ladies and gentlemen, this is a perfect example of what other people talk about when it comes to the black community. This is the perfect male right here. He was proud to say, I got caught with a Glock with a 50-round drum on it. Are you serious right now? And we're supposed to take men like this seriously? But I understand why they invited him on the panel. I understand exactly why. Because this is a perfect example of what we strive or should strive not to be
what
like.
I was about to say, being free leads you to jail. But the way y'all freedom, y'all think that y'all free, but y'all really mentally in prison. Because it's a lot of stuff that y'all be want to do, but you always living your life tiptoeing because you always worrying about the consequences every day of your life instead of just live. I always say, if you don't got no criminal record, you never live life. You're not alpha like you think you is. You not that. You had a boring. I mean, you basically threw your life away because of you in fear.
Well, Jay,
the real niggas is the ones that goes to jail. They do what they want to do, and it lands them in prison.
I hear this shit. I'm done. Matter of fact, I'm done. Yeah. Look at everybody's face on the panel. They're like, did we really just sit here and listen to this idiocy? This man spew this bullshit? Because that's exactly what he's talking about. You're not a real man unless you went to jail or prison. The real men are in prison. Are you serious right now? Ladies and gentlemen, this is a perfect example of who you don't want to be like. The mentality you don't want to have. Kids, stay in school and say no to drugs. Y'all know the saying. And I'm serious because you can end up like this. And trust me, if you end up like this, we're going to laugh at your ass too. Until next time. If you like this video, like, share, and subscribe to the channel for more content.